Hi, I'm Alex. Welcome to my channel and to this practice of deep rest using a blend of Yin and Yoga Nidra. These are two practices that I find really transformational and just so enjoy teaching them and sharing them with others. So I hope you enjoy it today. I have with me a yoga bolster and a blanket. You might choose to have more than one. I've also got a cushioned mat over the top of my yoga mat, but you might also use another blanket. If you don't have a yoga bolster, you could use a pillow with a blanket wrapped around it or any of the cushions and things that you have at home. Let's get started. We are going to begin with just a small amount of movement just to work into the body. So in a comfortable seat, you might also be elevating the hips if you've got some tightness there. Just begin to create some spinal waves. This might be circles, it might just be waving from side to side. Just explore what your body is feeling and where you might be feeling it. This is a practice of observation and working to find that open communication with the body. So we focus on that idea of listening and connecting and kind of breathing through it all so we can release and let go of whatever it is we need to create that space, whether it's through the body or through the mind. Just take a couple more. And roll the shoulders, draw them all the way up to the ears, and slowly let them fall away. Just take the arms up and then take a small twist to one side, and just using the rhythm of your breath, find a little bit of a flow of movement for the spine. Back to center, fingertips to palms. Inhale, draw the chest forwards, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Exhale, hug in, round out the upper back and shoulders, drop the chin. Inhale, sweep it forwards. Exhale, hug, round out. And just one more here. Come back to center. Breath of freedom, so lifting the chest, shoulder blades towards one another, lift the gaze, breathing into the front of the heart. As you exhale, hug in, wrap the arms around one another, drop the chin to the chest. Maybe take a breath in and move and sway from side to side. Next, exhale, open the arms out wide. And then just bring the opposite arm across. And release the arms. And just because we have been sat, if you are sat up on anything, you can release it now. Just take the feet in front of you and just windshield wiper the knees from side to side. So take the feet nice and wide. You don't have to bring the knees all the way over. Work with the range of motion that you have in your body. Okay, I have two yin shapes for you today. The first one is a supported caterpillar shape. I'm going to use the bolster and the support that we have. Okay, so we're going to be working into this back line of the body that we use so much in our everyday. So working a little into the hamstring area and kind of a bit of stimulation for this part of the body where the kidneys are as well. So I'm going to recommend that you take a blanket, either wrapping it around the midline, or if you want to, you can bring it all the way over you. I'm just going to wrap it around my midline, and then I'm going to stand my bolster up and lengthen my legs. If there's a lot going on in the back line for you, you might choose to pad out with a cushion or more blankets underneath the knees. And we're going to rest the head on the bolster. We might have the bolster further away like this if we have a little more movement, or we might have it closer towards us. We might be quite close like I have here. And we're just going to lean into what we're looking for is our edge of stretch, and we're looking for that edge of stretch. so that we can hold a little bit of stillness for a little bit of time. So just take a moment to have a bit of a fidget and just make sure that you are where you want to be just for the next couple of minutes. We're going to anchor into the breath and just begin to really focus on drawing the breath into the belly, yes, but extending the exhale a little bit more. And because so often we are rushing around and we are really busy, and even when we come to sit, we might distract ourselves with a cup of tea or a book. Being still is not something that necessarily comes naturally to us. And it might kind of whir the thoughts in the mind a little bit if we have a busy brain. So just anchor into the breath if you are kind of leaning into any feeling of discomfort, and use that as and when you need it. And then just find that moment for this last 60 seconds to settle into stillness. And then from here, just preparing to make that change, to transition. Just going to draw the hands back, support yourself to unroll. We're going to pop this support in front of us because we're going to come to use it in just a moment in our next shape. Bring the hands behind us and just lift one leg and then the other, and just take some gentle movement. So traditionally we might come into what we call a rebound, where we come all the way down and just rest out on the earth, but we're going to be doing that with our Yoga Nidra. So we're going to just focus on transitioning into the next shape before moving down for that complete rest moment. So we're going to move into what we call a supported child's pose. And again, using these two props, if we were, we're going to come back. So we're going to take the knees nice and wide. So just be mindful if child's pose isn't something that's particularly comforting to you in terms of restrictions in this area of the body, you might also choose to put a big blanket or a cushion between the heels and the bottom. That can really help any discomfort in the tops of the feet, extra blankets and padding. But we're going to bring the bolster all the way in to the groin, and you might choose to again pop a block under to elevate it if you feel like you want a less of a stretch sensation. And for this one, it can be really nice to bring the blanket all the way over the shoulders, and you're just going to rock your hips as you come into it. You're going to bring it underneath and just find your way into a space again where you can rest and be still, anchoring into the breath. Drawing ourselves into this idea of supporting the body. So we're transitioning to come lower down into that space of rest, one small step at a time. And the props that we use and the earth beneath us is our support, but it's also a reminder of how to come back to ourselves, to seek that support from the inside. And we're about halfway, so if maybe you have your head turned to the side, you might lift and just take it over to the opposite side. The last 60 seconds here. Just getting ready to transition and make a change. Just use the hands to support you as you come up from your support. And I'm going to put my bolster down here because I'm going to use it during my Yoga Nidra practice. And I'm just going to bring the feet around in front of me for a moment. Maybe just shake the legs. And I might just release the spine too. Okay, we're going to transition into a Yoga Nidra. And I invite you, this is about feeling as supported and as comfortable as possible in these moments. So I like to support underneath the knees, and I will be on my back. But you could lie on your side or in a position that works for you. If you're on your side, I recommend maybe having something between the knees just to help with the alignment of the pelvis. You're going to find your way into that space of comfort. Whatever that is for you. And again, just allow that moment to move around, to fidget. And if you could be even 5% more comfortable, what might that look like? And please do that. And you can rest your hands or your arms beside the body, or you can connect to the body. Maybe one hand near the heart center, near the chest, one hand on the belly. Take a breath when you arrive and just sigh it away. And when you feel ready, just notice the areas of the body that are connecting with the earth beneath you. Maybe that's the head, the shoulder blades, pelvis, calves, the heels, maybe even your hands. And observe that connection between the body and the earth. Being consciously aware of your breath as it flows in and out of your body. Let's take a moment and just make fists with the hands. So squeeze them together on an inhale and release them on an exhale. So just a small tense and release. We'll do that one more time. We're going to do the same with the feet. So squeeze and scrunch the toes together as you inhale and relax them with your exhale. Now I'm going to do the same with the whole body. So I'm going to tense and squeeze on the inhale and release completely on the exhale. Just once here for that. And again, you might sigh the breath away. As we take a moment and an opportunity to consider what that process of deep rest can give us. There are times when we feel really stuck about what maybe is next, around changes happening around us that might be happening to us rather than those that are of our choosing. And it can be really tricky to understand, and amongst all of that heavy energy, what that next step might be. And that really tells us that there's an opportunity to stop and to pause and to remind ourselves as we look inwards at the constant ebb and flow within the body. All of those microscopic changes that are happening every day are absolutely magical, from the smaller cells that refresh and renew every 1 to 2 days to something like the liver that takes an entire year. And the idea of pausing and taking that time out gives us that space and that opportunity to breathe and prepare ourselves for that next step. We're going to move into a rotation of consciousness for the body. Starting on the right side of the body with the right hand thumb. The first finger, the second finger, the third finger, the little finger, the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the right shoulder, the right side waist, the right hip, the thigh, the knee, the ankle, the top of the foot, the sole of the foot, the right big toe, the second toe, the third toe, the fourth toe, the little toe. Moving to the left side of the body and the left hand thumb, the first finger, the second finger, the third finger, the fourth finger, the wrist, the forearm, the elbow, the left shoulder, the left side waist, the left hip, the thigh, the knee, the calf, the top of the foot, the sole of the foot, the left big toe, the second toe, the third toe, the fourth toe, the little toe. Coming through the center of the body, the crown of the head, the forehead, the space between the eyebrows, the cheekbones, the jaw, the collarbones, the heart and chest, the ribs, the upper abdomen, the lower abdomen, the pelvis, the entire right side of your body, the entire left side of your body, the whole body, the whole body, the whole body. Just finding that conscious awareness of your breath. And as you breathe in, sweeping that energy up through the toes, the entire length of the body, up to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, allow the breath to wash back through you from the crown of the head to the tip of your toes. Do that 2 more times. And just lightly move your fingertips. Maybe tap each fingertip with your thumb. Maybe wiggle the toes. And just to begin to introduce movement back into your body. Coming onto your side when you are ready and making your way back up into a seat of your choice. As we seal this practice of deep rest together, draw one hand to heart center, one hand to the belly. Take a breath, sigh it away. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this Yin and Yoga Nidra practice. If you did, please like or let me know what you liked about it in the comments and hit subscribe so I can continue to share them with you. Take care and I will see you next time.